Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show. And guess what, guys? I was just about to end the day, but before I closed my computer, I literally saw this on the homepage of YouTube because the algorithm thought it would be a really good idea to show me this video at 9 o'clock at night, and immediately I knew I had to go flip on the camera and watch this video because of just this title alone. Wait for it. I maxed out my credit cards partying at university. Wait for it. Rich Kids, Skint Holiday. And for anyone not familiar with the series, they take these rich kids in these unbelievable situations, and then they take away all their money, and they see how they react. And then I react to that, and it's just a good time all around. So if you guys enjoy this content, make sure to destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Let's begin. What is he doing? What is that? I've never seen anybody wear a suit and just open it up. The other thing is, why is he so serious? It looks like he's having a really bad time being rich. I don't know how rich you have to be until you start not enjoying things, but evidently I think he hit that point.
19-year-old Harry is going on a skint holiday.
Yeah, he just looks angry. You know what? Maybe he's angry about having all of his money taken away and that he's about to go on a holiday without the money. That could be it.
His family's wealth means he has never had to worry about the cost of things.
Oh, he's got a Rolex Explorer. Listen, if money was no concern, he'd have a Rolex Daytona. The Explorer's well, I don't want to talk bad about the Explorer. Listen, a Rolex is a Rolex, but on the Rolex tier, the Explorer is basically the bottom of the barrel. The one inexpensive Rolex I do really like, though, is the Millionaire. I think that one is underappreciated, and if there's any Rolex that I think should be going up in value, I like that one.
My lifestyle is quite extravagant. Lots of luxury purchases, lots of shopping sprees.
Oh, he's rocking that early 2000s Justin Timberlake haircut, the mix between ramen and TikTok. It also seems like he's taking a bit of inspiration from Steve Jobs with the turtleneck, but I gotta say, the suit looks sharp.
I have quite a lot of suits, probably more than someone my age really needs. I have quite a few Gucci kind of footwear, loafers, sliders, and then the trainers as well. These are Prada. I think these cost me about £600.
Yeah, see, it takes a certain level of maturity and sophistication to be able to pull off a suit and loafers like that when you're still a teenager, to walk around like that's your style. I would say that's a lot better than some of the over-the-top streetwear sort of style. And I gotta admit, I do respect the button-down shirt and the suit. At the end of the day, that is a respectable look.
Rich kid and lover of lavish luxury holidays, Harry.
This is our home for the next couple of days.
Looks like he's dressed to referee a soccer team.
Is on a bargain caravan break with the Clifford family.
I mean, you don't get mattresses that thick where you're coming from, surely.
Oh, look at that. He gets to sleep on the couch. I love that. For some reason, I've always been obsessed with sleeping on the couch as a teenager. I would prefer to sleep on the couch than in my own room because it's well, geez, the TV is out here. I could put on Degrassi late at night and just watch it, and then I'll fall asleep. And then I wake up, and it's just I'm already in the living room. I don't know. It was so much fun for me. I love sleeping on couches.
And even though there is a lot of food on offer in the restaurant, the Cliffords can't afford to eat out. Kate's homemade food.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of? This meal reminds me of the Fire Festival meals. For those of you who haven't seen it, the Fire Festival was this really high-end event that was supposed to be held on a private island, and people were paying $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 with food included. And the food was posted on Twitter looked exactly like this. Which I gotta say, this doesn't look terrible, but it looks like Fire Festival food.
Isn't the cuisine Harry's used to on holiday?
You know what, half the thing is just in the presentation. If you just make that presentable, then it would taste probably 5 times better.
It's Connor's favourite.
Look how fancy they are. See, Americans, we don't eat French fries with a fork and a knife. I feel like we would be on another level. We would be so much further ahead as a society if we could just use a fork to eat our French fries. But no, we're stuck using our hands.
Okay. Nice.
It's actually really lovely bread.
Oh, thank you. So how much do you reckon this meal cost?
I'm gonna say $10. $10 US, which would be £7. Seven pounds.
£10 for all of us.
With a fiver for all of us.
Was I?
In fact, it was under a fiver.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a good deal. That's a really good deal. £5, so $7 US. To feed 4 people, Wow.
We made savings with making the bread myself and the cheaper chips, because potatoes are potatoes at the end.
Oh yeah, they call them chips. So here in the U.S., we call those French fries. In the U.K. and even in Canada, they call them chips. Fish and chips, fish and French fries is really what it is.
Today.
The bread's really nice.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Oh, that kid. That kid was raised right. Listen, now this guy, look at his face. He's like, oh, you didn't just say that, did you? Because now it makes him look bad. Because here's the thing. Now if he says anything nice, it's only because the kid said something nice. And then he's trying to be like, oh crap, I should have said something about how good the food is. It's not going to seem as authentic. The kid beat him to it. That kid is getting his allowance raised, 100%.
For someone who's used to spending more on a burger than the family's whole daily budget, this meal is a real eye-opener.
Harry, how much do you think you'd spend on a pair of trainers?
Oh, this kid is so cute. How much do you expect to spend on a pair of trainers? If you do, again, I can't do the accent. I wish I could do the accent. But trainers could be expensive. I love how they call them trainers. Everything they say there sounds so much better than the US. We call them, how much you spend on a pair of sneakers. How much you spend on a pair of trainers. Just sounds better.
Depends what they were for, because it varies a lot.
That's a good answer, though. I mean, the dress shoes could easily be several $1,000s. But you know what? I guess streetwear could actually be more expensive than like a nice pair of dress shoes.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed dinner.
Yeah, it was lovely, thank you.
Would you mind giving me a hand clearing up?
Yeah, of course.
Do your glasses first.
Okay.
Then you do your crockery, so your plates, and then you do your cutlery. So you're working along to get your dirtiest bits.
I actually don't even know how to do it. I didn't know there's a strategy to doing this. I pick whatever's first. If it's something in the sink, because I'm good about this. Honestly, whatever I use, I just use the same thing over and over and over again. Like, if I use a plate, I'll just use one plate. One bowl, one fork, one spoon. Well, you get the idea, and I just perpetually wash the same thing over and over again. I had no idea there's a method to this that's better than the other. Who knew?
Oh, but I wouldn't use that because that's a scourer, and that was scratched glass.
Look, I'm learning stuff. I thought I was doing a great job. I honestly, I use a lot of the paper towels or like the, geez, you know what? I'll just say it. I used to use the gym towels as to basically just dry everything off. You know what? Those worked really well. I like the gym towels. They work wonders.
With Connor in bed, Kate and Dean share a bit of their past with Harry over Brandys and Chasers that Kate's brought from home.
Wow, Brandys and Chasers. Listen, they're living big.
4 years ago, this April, that we had to declare bankruptcy. We'd got ourselves into a hole, and there was no one to help get us out of that hole.
The only times I've really ever heard about people declaring bankruptcy is someone who is quite a big businessman but maybe got over their head.
Oh, wow. Definitely a different perspective. Listen, I don't think that's at any fault of him. I mean, this is just how he was raised. But yeah, very fortunate to be in a position where you could start up a business and I mean, I don't want to say it's fortunate to over-leverage, but of all the times to claim bankruptcy, having a business bankruptcy is probably the best thing. If that doesn't affect you personally, as long as you're not co-signing anything, having the business go bankrupt, there could be way worse things than a personal bankruptcy.
That was really horrible, actually, because definitely was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But it was a really hard thing to do, because it's almost like admitting to the world, yeah, I failed.
At the same time, it was almost like doing that gave you the ability to go forward. And also, like, you almost have an advantage. You've got the clean slate and you've kind of learned
got that
from the
experience.
So you've almost got an advantage over most people in some ways.
You know, I think the suit for him almost exemplifies maturity. And to have the maturity to see another perspective and to empathize with that, I think is very important.
I don't think it's something that deserves to be judged, though. It was almost a turning point in a good way, if that makes sense. And you were able to turn that around and just work everything out so well. But that is, I feel like, something that most people really do struggle with.
Or he's a sociopath and saying exactly what she wants to hear. And he's playing the game. I'm kidding. But what if?
To be able to say that you got over a hardship is more impressive than to say that you never had a hardship at all, like to me anyway.
Oh, thank you. That's really, really kind of you to say.
What is this episode? Listen, we're supposed to have him have a breakdown. He's supposed to cry and be like, what is this? What is you... Just with the dinner. I can't eat this. We had another girl, by the way, who was crying because it rained and she had to camp outside. Did not have a good time there. This guy, he's respectful. I don't have anything bad to say about him so far.
With every possible...
look at that name, Jack. we're We're 12 years old here.
Coming to the woods isn't really my usual thing, so it was kind of a shock to the system, not enjoying the kind of bugs and the nature that comes along with it.
Oh, he's having a good time, though. You could tell. Deep down, he's loving the adventure.
Harry's parents' wealth may have brought adventures in exotic, faraway places, but he's clearly not comfortable in the outdoors.
Yeah, Harry.
I really like my ankles unbroken.
God, just have a look. Look, that's on the ground.
I liked my ankles unbroken, as if walking across a plank of wood is going to break automatically, just ankles broken. Done. Can't walk now.
I'm not the
Tense?
most
Tense on
steadfast on my feet.
Okay, so what do you do?
Even falling a few inches off a log is a new experience.
Oh, he's brought the Gucci shoes. Look at that.
With Kate's encouragement, Harry's finding he has skills he never knew.
I'm not dropping.
Come on.
I don't think you'll quite be able to catch me, I'm not gonna lie.
No. Look, okay. Find a good space. Have confidence in your ability. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go. Yeah.
What? Listen, I could see if that was like a 30-foot drop into the ocean. Fine, I wouldn't do that. But what looks to be a 2.5-foot drop, I mean, you have to get down somehow. He should put this on his resume. He jumped from 2.5 feet.
There's bugs on the water.
A nice pond, eh?
What was that? Oh, I think this was alright.
When's the last time you came?
Oh, I had so much fun with that as a kid. I would go there. I had a net. I'd have this like insect carrier. I had multiple insect carriers because sometimes you can't put the insects together. But I would go hiking like this, walk around with my net, try to catch something, put it in the insect carrier. It was like a big box full of like mesh, basically. Walk around with it, and then at the end of the day, I would just let it go. Because, I mean, I have no idea how to take care of some of the stuff. But I did actually collect a few caterpillars. That was fun. Saw them into cocoons and then watch them hatch. I had so much fun with doing that. And I'd basically just go and find random caterpillars, put them in a little insect thing, give them food and stuff like that. I loved it.
I don't really have any memories from when I was younger of doing like outdoorsy things with my family.
Connor, look at the size of this ant.
What are they?
I used to fool my dad, like, can't remember any kind of occasion.
His dad was running him through financial reports. That's what they were doing together. Be like,
Son, look at this PE ratio. That's really good. Ooh, look at those future earnings. This is undervalued. We should buy some call options with this.
that's probably what he's doing.
With last night's conversation still playing on his mind, Harry decides to share a secret from his own financial past.
When I first went to uni, I had a credit card.
All right.
And then I was like going out pretty much every night, kind of getting very drunk, buying rounds.
Freshers Week.
I maxed out the credit card
No.
completely.
No. When you
And
say
so-
maxed out, but what was the maximum on the card?
£6,000.
6,000 pounds. Well, I guess it kind of depends how long it took him. Was that one night, 1 week, 1 month, the semester? I think that context is really important here. I mean, regardless, 6,000 pounds max out a credit card for partying. It's a lot of money.
How quickly did you go through that?
A month or so.
I'm dumb. I am so stupid. I could have just watched for an extra minute and had that. Okay, so 6,000 pounds a month. That's a lot of money.
Really kind of hit home how big of a mess up it was. There were never really any repercussions to it, and it was just like, oh, I made a mistake, won't do that again. Whereas now it's like, that was a sizable amount of money that could have made like a serious difference if it was used properly.
I mean, here's the thing. That could like ruin a family. If they went $6,000 in debt like that in a month, just recklessly, that could be a big one to pull out of. I think in the big context here for him, 6,000 pounds, if that's his worst mistake, it's really not that bad. The biggest issue I have is that there are no repercussions. So he's learning about it at least at a place called Sandy Balls. Go figure, but at least he seems really respectful. He's really kind to them. He means really well. He's trying to understand their perspective. I think he has a lot of maturity for his age, and I gotta say, overall, I am a fan of this episode. I am a fan of Harry, and I guess you could say that Harry went to Sandy Balls. Let's go to the comments really quick. We got this one, Jack Potter. Can't believe the fact he was scared to jump off of a log. I agree with that comment. Why hasn't anyone mentioned the park being called Sandy Balls? Lol. I agree. It's a terrible name for a park and they should not have named it. It has nothing to do with the name of the park from what I could tell. So whoever came up with that bad name should be renamed. Rename the park. We'll start a petition to do that. And then you know what? I see everyone else really likes him. So you know what? I say this guy gets a pass from me, and this video deserves a like for the YouTube algorithm because I gotta say, Harry was a stand-up guy, did not go into this episode expecting this, but here we are, and this is a great way to end the night. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. Posts are pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there, as on the podcast, The Iced Coffee Hour, new episodes being posted every single Sunday. So if you want to be a part of it, link down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.